Hello, and thanks for joining us on this edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Catherine Lutke. The rural New River Valley is home to a mere 3 healthy food stores to serve the community with fresh and nutritious options. Given that this area has a 10% food insecurity rate, the affordability of these stores is quite low. However, these stores have programs in place to ensure all consumers have access to their products. Newsfeed reporter Briley Roberts has more on this story.
Thanks, Catherine. The thought of health foods being unaffordable is in the past, and the NRV is becoming more inclusive for all communities to purchase the foods they need. From local produce to alternative milks, the area has it all, and it is more affordable than ever. Following a Carilion Clinic 2021 health assessment, a top need for the area is access to health foods. The area has a total of 3 different health food stores along with the farmers market, but the common misconception is how expensive buying healthy may be. The reality is all of these places accept EBT and provide equal opportunity for customers to come shop. Andrea Langston from Each Natural Foods shares the store's commitment to access for all customers.
Important for us, again, to be able to serve our whole community. So we ask shoppers to give us a shot at being affordable, and our bulk really does how we see a lot of our EBT shoppers using and taking advantage of the bulk items that we have.
Aside from the traditional EBT benefits, the store is working towards implementing a program where eligible customers can get double the amount of produce per dollar, keeping to their commitment to access for all serving in the community. A recent health survey reported 45% of respondents only consume fruits and vegetables once per day. This is quite far from the USDA recommended serving of 5 times per day. With health food stores providing more affordability programs for consumers, there is availability for everyone. I'm Briley Roberts reporting live for the Newsfeed.
With temperatures dropping, suddenly more and more students are feeling under the weather. Healthcare services in Blacksburg have to help thousands of sick students with minimal resources. Newsfeed reporter Abby Meyer has more in this next story.
The Schifert Health Center is the only place on the Virginia Tech campus where students can receive medical care. These services are included in tuition fees for all students. This can be helpful considering that some nearby urgent care facilities do not always accept out-of-state insurance policies. The Schifert Health Center provides treatment for thousands of students throughout the school year. Due to the influx of patients and limited resources, many students experience difficulties finding available appointments on short notice.
I myself had to wait. Despite having flu on Thursday, I had to wait all the way up till Monday.
While others, who are able to schedule their visits further in advance, leave with a happier attitude.
My first experience, I had my blood work today, and I don't stand needles too well. They were so good.
There are mixed reviews regarding the service that the Schifert Health Center provides. Some students are not satisfied with their visit and seek additional treatment at nearby urgent care facilities.
They don't always tell us that they've gone to Schifert, but some of them do, or their parents will call, their moms will call and be like, hey, my son's been sick for like 3 weeks, or whatever, he went to Schifert and they didn't do crap for him. And you're just like, okay, like we can check him out, but like there's no guarantee we'll be able to do more than they did.
Both Schifert and surrounding urgent care facilities accommodate the student population the best they can. I'm Abby Meyer, reporting for the Newsfeed.
As winter approaches, it is hard to keep up with the small things in our day-to-day lives. One of the biggest being remembering to care for our cars. Getting your cars checked every couple months is vital to keep both yourself and other drivers safe, especially as we enter the seasons with ice and snow on the roads. One of the important points of interest is to make sure you have a winter safety kit in your car. Wireless jump cables if needed, a flat tire repair kit, and an air pressure machine to refill tires when they become low. Tire pressure can become a prevalent issue as temperatures drop, so it is important to regularly check their PSI and fill them up as needed. To ensure that you never find yourself stranded, always keep your gas tank half full. It is also important to keep the health of your battery in mind because as temperatures drop, it will take more power to start your car, and this can often drain old batteries. These are all easy to take care of by simply getting help from your local mechanic. Just ahead on the Newsfeed, a look at some automotive action at the Motor Mile Speedway. Welcome back to the newsfeed. I'm Catherine Lutke. The Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia was filled with speed and sound on October 22nd. The venue held a collection of exciting race events. The Speedway is a road less traveled by many Blacksburg locals. What can you expect to experience on a day at the track? Chase Hickman has the story.
On Saturday, October 22nd, it was race day for Motor Mile Speedway, with series including the championship for the Smart Modified Tour. Racetrack president Mark Ebert explains the tour and why events like these are bigger than you might think.
Some of the biggest stars in the Southeast will run on the Smart Modified Tour. One of the highlights would be Bobby Labonte. He's a former NASCAR Cup champion. This is one of the top 2 or 3 short tracks in the country. I mean, I think sometimes people don't realize what a gem is here.
There's a lot of interesting things going on at the Motor Mile Speedway on a race day. Behind this green fence over here is one of the banked turns for their oval track, where racers just completed their qualifying laps for one of the series racing today. And over here, we can see a piece of the drag strip, where some of the racers are currently heating up their tires. It's pretty cool to see. And if spectating isn't your thing, the Motor Mile Speedway takes pride in their interactive, hands-on experiences. High-speed go-karts, stock cars, and drag cars are all available to be driven by anybody. General manager and former driver Jeff Rourke explains how impactful driving at the venue was for him.
This place is like home to me. I first came up here in 1989 and ran my first race. Telling my age now. So if you haven't been out here, you need to come and see this place. It is amazing.
While the track is nearing the end of its 2022 operating season, President Ebert emphasizes that there is a lot in store for the road ahead.
I've got to wait. We're about 90% of the way there with a real big announcement for the racetrack for next year. So we think there's some real big stuff coming.
To stay up to date on the Motor Mile Speedway, visit their website at motormilespeedway.com and check out the Motor Mile Speedway Facebook page. For the newsfeed, this is Chase Hickman reporting.
With Halloween approaching, that means everyone is going to celebrate in one way or another. The most common way to celebrate is getting dressed up as something completely different. But are all Halloween costumes appropriate just because it's a holiday? Halloween is a fun time to get together with friends, carve pumpkins, and celebrate fall, and wear whatever costume you dream of. Something to keep in mind as you're heading downtown to celebrate this upcoming weekend is to be mindful of whether or not your outfit comes across offensive. A lot of funny Halloween costumes are available in stores, a lot of which do not contain any racial stereotypes or offensive jokes that could cause harm to those you see downtown or on campus. That will wrap up this edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And as always, you can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching. I'm Catherine Lutke.